What's going on, incredible people? Just Incredible here with a few incredible reviews. Sorry it has been so long. I feel like the toy companies are just trying to catch up for Christmas and they are just sending out pre-orders like there is no tomorrow. I have over the past like 2 months received these figures. I've just set them up, staged them, kind of played with them, and haven't really done a review. Excuse me. Drink of the evening, J-Lore Cabernet Sauvignon. So, the reason why I haven't done many reviews is I never really wanted this channel to be a review channel. I just wanted to talk to the toy community. I'm not really looking to get paid. If I do, that's fine. This is just a way, like if we met at a comic shop and we were just talking toys, comics, video games, nerd stuff, when we hang up our coat from our day-to-day jobs, and this is just a fun escape to go back to our childhood. So without further ado, I am gonna start from the right, moving to the left with this guy right here. This is Hiro Nakamura. No, this is this is from the Masters of the Universe, Masterverse, from the Netflix series Revelations, which I didn't hate the series. I mean, I have gripes with it, but once again, I didn't just flat out hate it. You know, it had potential. So I didn't even start collecting the line until I saw this show. So I got this from Big Bad Toy Store. It was like 20 something bucks. And yeah, this is basically like the He-Man figures and everything else. So let's take this off his hand real quick. So it basically came with this staff here, you know, his hero staff. I don't even know what it's called. I just know he was a cool character. After doing a little homework, listening to Geek Dad Life and things like that, turns out basically he was set up to be like the new He-Man, which honestly, I was thinking about that the other day. The lore could have been that, because if you think of King Grayskull, there were different iterations. Like there was always a new champion. Like why the hell is it always Prince Adam? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they could really do a lot with that lore. Like, you know, 1,000 years later, there's a new threat and now there's a new champion. They could keep that going instead of retelling the same fucking story over and over and over for 40 fucking years. Like, dude, stop fucking being afraid to like take a chance. But anyway, I digress. So this is Hiro. I do believe he was supposed to be the new champion after Prince Adam, but that fell through. You know, everybody wanted Prince Adam. So here we are 40 years later, still Prince Adam. I'm a sucker for soft goods. I love it. I don't know why the McFarlane DC Superpowers didn't have soft goods like this, or why his Spawn figures don't like. McFarlane, come on, man, what you doing? You got Mattel just knocking it out of the park. He came with this hand. I put a lot of my extra parts in like the little storage bin, so I don't really have them out. He had like another fisted hand like this, but I wanted him to be like his like cover where he's like, haha, praise thee. Do I think this was a go or a pass? I think this was a major go. If you collect in the Masterverse line, definitely pick him up. Yes, the Buck is basically like He-Man. He just has a different face sculpt, different hands, and different like armor. But come on, aren't they all the same? Hasn't it always been that way since we were kids? You think they're gonna do a whole new body sculpt for like a generic? Not really generic, but they're gonna use the same body type. Like this right here, I'm pretty sure this is the same as Fisto, but with a golden hand. Which brings us to Jutsu. I got him with this mask on. Let me see if I can remember how to take it off. Does it come off? Yeah, it does come off. So you can remove the mask. Actually, I think I took the head off to remove the mask, but it's, you know, I don't want just this dude. You know, like I like this mask. It's pretty badass. So let me put that back on there. I'm not sure about the orange sword, but yeah, it's remnants to the original toy. I also collect the retro line, or the what is it? The Masters of the Universe Origins. There we go. Oh my goodness. Sorry, it's late. But I mean, come on, we know this is the He-Man, you know, the same Buck, but I think this is a major goal. I really love this line. Full disclosure, I did not collect not one He-Man figure until Revelations came out and they made it in this scale. This isn't quite the classics, but bang for your buck, this is what I like. The reason why is like there's collector grade and stuff like that. But what is collector's grade? When we were kids, there was no toy collector's grade. If you look at the original like Star Wars line, there are figures that are worth thousands, like thousands of dollars. But when it came out, it was just that, a freaking toy. I don't like to collect for value. If it gains value, hey, that's great. I collect for fun, but I can only go so far. You know, like I would like to add things in my collection that I kind of don't want to part with. You know what I'm saying? Like either things that I grew up loving or, you know, just for fun. This is a perfect mix. It's not really quote unquote collector grade. It's not like by let me take a little sip of the old wine here. What is it, Mondo Toys? But come on, $300 for a figure. I don't even love Thundercats that much. I'm a Turtles and Thundercats fan. Me personally, I'm not spending $300 on no toy. I mean, like a figure itself. Like, yeah, I got the Thunder Tank coming. Yeah, I got the His Tank, but like I couldn't, if this was just like super badass quality or statue, $300, I couldn't, but I'm not at that level. I don't know what I would do in like 10 years. I've only been collecting for a year, but I love the Masterverse line because it's like action figures. And I really wish I had gotten the Masters of the Universe Classics Castle Grayskull. But yeah, this is Jutsu. I mean, there's plenty of reviews. I think this is a really good purchase. Like, I just love collecting these things. Didn't really care about them, but I'm like, I want to collect them all. When it comes to this line, I want to collect them all. I'm not going to lie. Like, so far, ironically, the only two figures I don't really like is Spikor and Hordak. Like, I wouldn't mind getting rid of those two, but the rest, no. Next up, we have Catra. Now, funny thing about her, there's a lot of fans. I did not watch the old She-Ra show. I actually watched the Netflix show. A lot of people didn't like. It was woke, but it wasn't too in my face. I don't care. Like, at the end of the day, we're grown-ups judging this. That show is for kids to carry on the tradition of these shows. You know what I'm saying? So, me personally having no like connection to the old show, I'm watching it for what it is. I very much enjoyed it. I honestly wish like those figures were in this like line. Like people have a connection to this Catra. That's the whole purpose of this. Like I got her because like I said, I want to collect them all. Not a bad figure. I like it. I don't want to like have the visor down. Let's see, how do you, it like slides down. And I'm sure there's reviews. I'm just talking to my fan base, or not my fan base, the community out there. Not my community, the toy community, because we follow everybody. But once again, I got this one on Big Bad Toy Store. Got him on Big Bad Toy Store. As a matter of fact, the only one on this line that I got from actual Walmart was him. So I like to pre-order them on Big Bad Toys, and they got the best thing going with the loot, you know, the loot box. To where like if I happen to be out in the wild and see it, I'm like, okay, I'll just grab it right now and save myself shipping and, you know, stuff like that, or use my Target Red card. I don't like, there we go. So this is Catra, got a little staff here. I like that there's like a little fake jewel right there. I just noticed that that's a cat. I promise you, looking at this through the camera, I never noticed that was a cat on the shield. Holy shit. Nice. I might take my Gundam markers and try to like detail this. I'll look up the old figures and see if there was any more detail, because I'm sure it wasn't just gray. I mean, there had to be something to this. So, but all in all, for 20 bucks, this was a good figure. This wasn't even a deluxe. She-Ra was. I have no idea why, but once again, she's got the soft goods. Once again, I'm a sucker, and purple's my favorite color. I'm a sucker for soft goods. Like, I am all in on this line, man. Like, Mattel is kicking ass and taking names. Put a one, holler down in the comment if y'all got that Eternia playset. Sorry, my allergies. I did order the Eternia playset, but listen, hear me out. Hear me out. Wait, don't judge. I think Mattel, on a scale of 1 to 10, as far as how they produce and stuff, I'm going to say Mattel is a solid 8.5 to 9. You know what? No, fuck that. Mattel is a 9, a strong 9. If 9, like on Overwatch, had like different levels, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then after 5, 10, they are a 9 in the 5, the highest rank. So one more up rank and they're at a 10. Why can't I give them a 10 personally? They did 2 things that I just don't agree with. Like, I'm like, yeah, it's a corporation, but that, y'all kind of being greedy. When it came to the Eternia playset, to me, I can't say if it was worth the $600 after taxes and shipping. I just know, like, A, I could afford it. A lot of people can't. That sucks. That should have been like a 3-month, or they should have like announced that 6 months in advance. Like, hey, be prepared. It's going to cost this much. That gives people the time. The way I have my finances, I was able to make that decision like the last, bewitching hour. The reason why I got it is honestly, since I'm a toy collector, I didn't want to miss out on like, a big moment in collecting toys. I've already been collecting the Masterverse and the Origins for a year now. It just, after hearing the hype, I really wish I could have got that King Grayskull, which brings me to like the first problem that I have. The King Grayskull. That shouldn't have been an early bird. They should have, if they're going to do an early bird, they should have did it like Hasbro His Tank, to where they just probably wanted to guarantee funding at a certain point to hit margins or whatever. I don't know that. I'm in the military. I know how military works. I don't know how like that works. The point is, when I was there like that for the His Tank as soon as it was released, and everybody who followed after that got every unlock, even the early bird. It wasn't just because you got to think about it. Not everybody can just commit, out of the blue. People have lives. Like, that's just wrong. That is just wrong. Like, for him to be a tier unlock, it could have been that. I'll give you that. But to say, because you were either A, irresponsible with your money, or B, had so much money that you could just commit in that short time frame, that's wrong. There's a lot of collectors, other than myself, who love that line, who love the line. They love it to death and are going to miss out on that. And that's not right. There are people saying, well, we should have been able to get something special. Why is it? There are people who like to have the I have it and you don't. What the fuck are we, 10? Like, grow the fuck up, dude. Like, at the end of the day, these are all just toys. I don't invest in none of this shit. And to be honest, there's not shit I can't buy. I'm not rich, but my finances are in order and I have no debt to where I can buy whatever the fuck I want. That's not the point. I'm speaking up for people who prioritize their fucking responsibilities. I'm speaking for people like myself where this is a hobby. You should all enjoy, like, why would you? I met somebody at one of the collector shops, and my buddy who's been collecting for 20 years put me on game, that this dude who was showing me pictures of his USS flag and whatever the fuck I didn't give a shit about, to show like, haha, I have it and other people don't. Some people are like pack rats. They just get the shit to say I have it and you don't. Anybody who had a problem, so say for instance, people are living from check to check, bills and then toys, bills then fun. And in that 2 weeks, they didn't get their check yet. You mean they deserve to miss out on it? Okay, what if you were one of those early backers, right? Because that shit, it barely hit. Yeah, it made its goal, but it wasn't a His Tank goal. Don't get that shit twisted. When they dangle, me and myself, when they dangle, like the, I'm just ranting right now. Uncle Tim, I'm coming for you. When they dangled the possibility of getting, King Grayskull again, I was like, you know what, fuck it, I don't want to miss out. It was I got it the last day before I went on vacation. And I was like, I even made a video, I haven't posted it yet, but I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get it. If it wasn't for people like me and other people they dangled that in, you motherfuckers who was there from the beginning wouldn't get shit. You wouldn't even get the motherfucking Eternia playset. So miss me with that bullshit, okay? When we backed the His Tank, that shit backed within 24 hours. So miss me with that bullshit. All the people who want to bitch and complain, people like me is who made the fucking Eternity playset possible in the get-go. So anyway, let me bring it back. I don't agree with that. That's just terrible. The second thing they do was like how they just did the Mattel creations for that damn Cobra Khan or whatever. That damn thing came out to $40. Now, you didn't really have to wake up and be like that, because I was at work. I was like checking into a new command. I was like, oh yeah, shit, let me check and see. It was like 9:48. I'm on West Coast time, so like I'm in California. And I was able to put 2 in my cart. And right before I hit checkout, I was like, but I put 1 in my cart. And I was like, do I even really? I was about to just get it because of FOMO. And then like, after hearing like Retro J and everybody hype it up, I'm like, okay. And that's the fun of it. Like, that's like people saying, man, come on, man. You don't want to stay in. Come on out. Let's get this beer. But then it was sold out. That's fucked up. if you somebody who has a job, you can't just walk away from your responsibilities. You're not going to take off work to order no fucking toy. Why would you do that? Like, why? Make it available. Mondo Toys is doing that shit. Make it available for a whole day or something like that. Just like 24 hours, anybody that wants it can get it. There you go. There you go. So those are the two things that Mattel in my book is doing that's just fucked up, but it is what it is. I'm not going to lose no sleep. Fuck it. I'm going to get my attorney a playset. By the time I get it, I'm going to be moving and then I'm going to buy a house. As you see, I'm out of room. But let's keep it moving. Zodiac. I love it. What I like about this figure is all of his accessories can fit on his person. It's like a G.I. Joe figure. I like that. So can he. So can a lot of them. But like if I didn't want her holding that, she'd have to hold it. I can store these on his little back. Well, actually, no, I'll take that back because his shoulder pads are connected to that. I see that's where like his weapon was broken apart. So I'm not just gonna give it up for him. Like everybody in the Masterverse line so far, other than the spare hands, can store their weapons. But I like that they can do that. This I know is retro. I don't like it. Give me the staff. I don't even know how this guy talks. I just, he looks stupid as fuck to me, but he's on the box. This dude, a lot of the characters look stupid, but even in the master, like, why does he have like animal feet? Like, I don't care. I know it's Zodiac. I know he's pretty damn badass. I started watching the new Netflix CGI, so I'm on episode 6, where Orko was just revealed and realizes he's a robot. It's a nice kid show. If I had kids to watch it with, I'd love it. Revelations, it's so beautiful. I wish they would use the Revelation like art style and just chef's kiss. Revelations, even though like I've watched all of them, even the 2002 series. My favorite transformation is the one from Revelations. That was just badass. That's damn near anime style. But yeah, once again, he's like the rest of them. He just, Zodiac, Big Bad Toy Store. You can still pick him up. Major go. And when I get these things, I take them out of the box and I yearbook pose them, as you see. Like, I don't really like, some figures, like you see the Transformers, I kind of do dynamic poses. But for the most part, like, as you see, I just do like yearbook photos. Like, I don't like them all bunched up, but I'll just pick them. Like, if you can see down there, the Avatar. See, they're like fighting poses. So that's cool. But anyway, I just get these, I open them up, I play with them a little bit, and then, see how they like move, and they're pretty much all the same. And then I'll pose them, on the Master of the Universe shelf. Lastly, I just picked him up yesterday. I happened to be at a Walmart, and I'm in Hanford. There's not a lot out here, so I had to drive I just go on a toy run, me and my friends, every Friday. I did this one solo and came across this one. I was like, okay. What I don't like is that he can like double grip his hand, grip his sword. But what they did with him is, as you notice right there, the little groove to where like, there's another figure, I forget. Some figures do this now to where, so it's not just flopping around in his hand. You see how it like keeps it secure. I like that little extra oomph. What I don't like about the sword is this peg. Now that's to peg into his back. And I get it, watching the cartoon, it kind of magnetizes to his back like Captain America's shield. When you watch the Avengers movie, he just throws that bitch on his back. It's not strapped to him, and we just accept it. But that's the one thing I don't like about the sword. What I don't like about the hand, the new 40th anniversary has it to where like there's the joint right here to where like he can, flex it like that. He doesn't have that, so I just put it on his back. I'm really not a fan of the design of this show. It's like got like the gorilla, body type, which just looks ridiculous. But to me, it don't even fit with them, but he's part of it. I picked up, because of Geek Dad Life, when he showed me that Castle Grayskull. And over Black Friday and these whole holiday specials, like right now it's December 3rd. So I picked it up. It was $70. It used to be like $130, then it was $100 on Amazon. Then I got it for $70. And I used my Amazon business card to get like 5%. So it was just all in all like a good value. I love that thing. I cannot wait, man. It's crazy when you get in a house or build a house that you literally have to think of a room for your toys. But it's fun. So I'm not going to put that together. I'm going to put it together with the Eternia playset. But since on the show, if you haven't watched it, that Castle Grayskull is like, it's got like a you know, like a dimension inside of, you know, like shift space, like the Transformers when like Optimus transforms in his mass shift and stuff like that. Forget what it's called, but basically somebody help me out in the comments. But basically when they go into Castle Grayskull, it's like a huge dimension. It's not just you walk into a castle and it's floating. So once I like set it all up, like I said, my attorney is gonna be here in 2024. And by that time I'll be transferring. So I'm not even gonna set it up here, but I would like the Eternia playset, the Castle Grayskull retro. They got Snake Mountain coming out, but I would like that Castle Grayskull. Like I would like to have it levitating in the back, just to show like all Eternia. So badass. Like I want to see how these pose up, but I do have the retro figures just in case these don't really look good with it. So yeah, that's it. Newest one. He feels if you a fan of this, like if you like me and you just want to complete 99% of it, I say it's a go. If you're a fan of the show, I mean, like it's not a terrible figure. Like I just don't like the design. Even it's not like it's not how it looks on the show. Like that's not the thing. It's just, you know, like I mean, Zodiac's an ugly motherfucker, but he's not a gorilla built. Like I like the way they built. I saw in that 4-pack that they ridiculously asking $150 for. No. To where they made this figure look like the retro, but his proportions is like the retro. I kind of want to pull the trigger on that, man. I hope that goes on sale and I'm not forced to pay $150 because that is cool. Then I end up buying it and watching releases separately. But that's it for like the newer Masterverses that I've collected. I've got a bunch of stuff and I'm just going to start talking to my fans. I mean, not my fans. I am going to talk to the community out there. One quick thing before I let y'all go is, so I went to go visit my nephew and he had a whole bunch of old comic books and he don't really want to go through selling them and likes them. I would like, these are like the original, like, this is issue number 1 for Giant Size Avengers. Yeah, I mean, this is worth more than what you paid for it. Like, if you can get even $5 for this, it's worth it. Like I said, I don't collect for value. I actually read this. It was so cool to see how far along we've come. Like, to show you what I mean, like, I'm telling you, like, I don't care. Like, I'm not going to just, like, mess it up, but I was like, look at all this, like, random stuff in here. I have more fun looking at this shit than, like, reading the story, but I, like, read the story, and, like, we have come, like, a long way. But the reason why I'm bringing this up is because with my Avengers, I would like to get like a nice, I'm not going to get this graded. No, I'm just going to like get like a nice like thing and like kind of like display this after reading it. Like, I think that's pretty cool. This, like, that's an iconic, like, I didn't even read this, but like, if you play Marvel versus Capcom, this is an iconic pose. This is the very first time this has ever been seen. Issue 223 for the Avengers. Like, that's the first time this was made, and this is common. I mean, if you just watch the Civil War movie, it's got that, you know, that's one of his ultimate moves on Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So I fucking want to frame this and put it with my Marvel Avengers. Like, that's why, like, I didn't even read this yet. Like, I should. Like, look at that. What is all this? Like, Mega Force. Like, oh my God. Like, yeah, man, like, yeah, I don't even want to know how much this stuff is worth because, like, the reason why is, like, as a collector, say I found out this is worth $2,000. If I sold it, I had to cut my nephew in, most def. Like, he has to get, like, 60, percent, 70%, hell, 80-20. But to not do that would mean he or myself would be willing to pay $2,000 for this. So when you collect for value, like I said earlier in the video, most people like to say, I have it and you don't. The reason why somebody would, say this was Giant Size X-Men number 1, whew, that goes for a pretty penny. If somebody's willing to pay for that, that's because they really want it, and to them, it's worth that. You know, if somebody told me they'd give me $5,000 for him, yeah, I'm going to sell him. If he was the last one on Earth and they told me they'd give me $5,000, I would sell him. Why? Because that to me is the same as me paying $5,000 for him. Because my bank account could be $5,000 greater. So, yo, same thing with this. If this was worth $2,000 and I wouldn't sell it for $2,000, or my nephew wouldn't have sold it for $2,000, we'd both be new kind of fools. Because if this was in the wild, I wouldn't buy this for $2,000. So once again, my bank account or his bank account, our bank account is missing $2,000. So, yo, and I won't sell this because it's a gift from him, and I really appreciate that. He gave me like a bunch of old like comic books that are pretty cool. Yeah. Anyway, y'all stay tuned for my closing thoughts. So closing thoughts. This is kind of weird because I got like a new stand, and so I kind of want to look at the screen, but I want to look at y'all. So closing thoughts. I've been getting a lot of figures in lately, and with work, I'm not gonna say too much about what I do, but I've been having to move double time. So stuff will just show up on my doorstep where I'll be out and I'll find stuff, and with my budget, I'm like, okay, dang, this is on sale. Target just had buy two get one free, for the Star Wars and Marvels. So one thing I want to say, be patient. When you're collecting stuff and you want something, I know you get the gimmies. I get the gimmies to where you want it now. And then when you see people post reviews and stuff, that's why I posted a video at Target. And I was like, people might be mad, my Target don't have, but I'm like, I've been there. Everybody's been there. When it comes to the Tiger Force guy, this is the first. I started collecting last year in September. And when I started with Transformers. I didn't even move into Classified. And my buddy told me, he said, man, when you do it, it's a tunnel you're gonna fall down. And now I'm just I got damn near everyone minus the variants. But this is the first figure I pre-ordered in my life back in November of 2021. My shit just got canceled. A lot of people's it wasn't nothing. At first I was like, wait a minute, my finance, because I got the red card, I was like, did this get canceled? Because it tried to say some bullshit you didn't have enough funds. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. They just canceling boy shit. But where most people was just I really like the way the figure looked. But where most people was not too happy, and I get it. So when I say bitching and complaining, I'm like, I get it. Nobody likes that feeling, but I was like, fuck it. That's $23 in my pocket. If I see that bitch, I see it. And I'd be damned if when I went to Target, I feel like they just flooded the market. And that's what I'm trying to get at. People were paying $60 and shit like that just to have it now. I've done it only with two figures. Actually, my Cara Dune, I had to get that because there's no telling if that'll ever be released again. But my TMNT NECA movie figures I got last December. I paid about $10 over market value for each one. And now I've seen them everywhere. I've even made videos. They've been at my Target. It's damn near they was like, shit, we gotta make. I won't be surprised if I see them bitches at Ross. Same thing with this. This to me is this is a great figure. I don't really open my G.I. Joe Classifieds because I got them hanging up, but I'm going to, especially now that they have the windowless boxes. I don't like that shit. My Sergeant Slaughter, I'm so pissed that he's not in a window box. But this, people were bitching and complaining. There was 12 of them just sitting on the shelves. And I've never seen any Vipers. They had the Python Patrol bats, and they had the Python Patrol Vipers. And even though I pre-ordered them from Target and they set to ship and they on their way, I was like, shit, let me just grab two more. Kind of if I see it in a while, I have two of these, but don't be mad, I'm gonna return it. This one, because I want to get the regular one with the red hair because it's going to be in a windowless box, and I'm going to take that out. I'm not keeping those boxes. But I said that to just be patient. That's so hard to hear. As people it's easy coming from you, dude. I'm in bumfuck Hanford, California. We get nothing out here. We get nothing out here. So when scalpers and people who give collectors a bad name to hide shit and stuff like that, I'm like, look, everything that's been released, even just randomly walking out on Tuesday, from the NECA Toon Turtles to the variants and stuff, I've been able to get. When Token and Razar Toon versions came out, it was kind of oh, I'm not gonna get to see them. We had to drive for 30 minutes to Visalia to get them. That shit has been. There are still 3 Token Razars. There's some neutrinos and that damn wing nut, but they're still there. and the Vernon and stuff. So giving it time, they'll hit the shelves and like they'll sit there for a minute because the market will just flood with them. Same thing with this guy. Like if you somewhere in another country or something like that, I can't speak on that behalf. But if you in the US of A, they are going to hit your Target or Target.com. That's just how it is. Like the same thing happened with every version of the new Spider-Man that have come out, with the exception of the animated series. And I'm pretty sure after enough has gone through, they're not just gonna release and then you just can't get them. Like right now, the retro carded Lady J, unfortunately, but like also the Baroness and the Destro and stuff, they're on the shelves right now. Like it's just like the beginning stages to where you can't really get your hands on them. So just be patient. So I'm gonna return that. This is a nice figure. I'm not really gonna do a review because there's ones online, but I love the way it looks. This is a major go, and he can shoulder his weapon. Yeah, like most people like still just have him down here 90s style. Shout out to my boy Rob. Like he always gave me shit, and now like I look at figures like, can they shoulder the weapon? And I never gave a damn. I would just do 90s. But like, yo, he can like, you saw from the promo images, he can really shoulder this damn thing. Like this just look badass. This to me looks way better than the original one that's coming out. And I never collected G.I. Joe until like this series. So it's not like I have any ties to it, but that's really tight. But before I let y'all go, I don't really do reviews too often because I got too much stuff. Like I was saying, like I received this. I haven't seen anybody do reviews yet, but I did a review for the ones that I found at Walmart. I don't want to open this up, so there's no need to do a review, but I got it. I love it. Like I wasn't collecting when like the first movie came out and people were able to get this. So even though like as I grew up, this was my favorite one, but as I got older, I appreciate the first one a whole lot more now. I'm just happy to like these are my heroes, like straight up. So how most people feel about G.I. Joe, how most people feel about Master Universe, that's how I feel about my turtles. You know what I'm saying? So I got that. I'm not opening them because I already did a review on the ones that I opened to keep out of the box. But I have to open these. I was so glad they re-released this. Thank you, NECA. The thing that sucks though is I want to be super cautious because I hear these are great figures, but say I took this out the box and the motherfucker broke. I'm ass out of luck. Now I did use my Amex Platinum, so I can request a return or something, and if they don't do it because of purchase protection, Amex will pay me back. But like I was saying about what's worth it to us, I don't want my money. I want my Toka and Razar. So I am going to open them because I'm not keeping these mint on box. I got my whole like movie collection stuff over there. The reason why I'm keeping them in the box because I already have them unboxed. And the reason, like I ordered these to make sure I didn't miss out, and I only ordered one because I didn't want to do, you know, mint in box and all that. I got no space for that shit. But when I saw them at Walmart randomly, and I haven't seen them since, I had to cop them. But yeah, I'm gonna open these. I mean, there's unboxing videos and stuff like that, but they just look so premium. Like, man, like that's crazy. Like most people, I copped 2 of these. One to keep in box, yes. To keep in box because I don't want to turn the camera to the wall, but I have them all. I love the box art and stuff like that. For some of these, like I wish I could have got the Zartan, but I wasn't collecting when that came out. It was only 30 bucks. My buddy sold me Cobra Commander. Right now, I haven't, no. I like Serpento more than Cobra Commander, but that Cobra Commander variant from the Postcon, the Regal, no, not the Regal, but with the red, what is that called? The Snake Supreme. That's my favorite one. I mean, my favorite G.I. Joe Classified, period. It just looks so tight. I'm so sorry. Like, say what the hell you want. Tell me down in the comment what's your favorite. I was so happy he sold that to me. But, yeah, I got Serpentor. The reason why I got 2 was because I am going to take him out, but only when my his tanks get here. I wish I could have got 2 his tanks, but luckily I came to my senses. But him and his air chariot between 2 his tanks would have been... But I saw only one person's broke. I don't want there to become a time to where like, same thing what I'm gonna show you afterwards. I bought 2 as a backup so that like, I'm gonna buy it to scalp to like sell this for $200. None of this shit. I want both of my Serpentors. This can't be like, I like the way that display look. But when I like get my new house and stuff, I'm not gonna like have it displayed. It's gonna be put away. Kind of like those turtles, to where like if anything happens in that Serpentor, I know I have one that's in mint condition, and I'm not gonna fuck around with it. So because like they're not releasing these motherfuckers on the they barely releasing shit. Like Mattel and McFarlane, they releasing shit like it ain't no tomorrow. That's where they both winning. I don't know what the fuck Hasbro doing. I guess whatever. So chances are like I might be dead before they release this shit again. So I don't want to run that chance. Like I said with the NECA, if Tucker and Razar broke, what the fuck? I mean, you can't just go to Target and get a new one. That's what sucks about that kind of stuff. Last but certainly not least, because I mean, not even last. I have like, dude, I have so many figures and things that like I have not opened yet. But I got the Mindbender, and this is what I want to say to Uncle Tim and different people, you know, that I follow. Like, look at the long game. I do have the Hasbro Pulse Premium. That to me has not only has it paid for itself since I got it. I think I got it in like August. Whenever the His Tank was released, that's when I got it. It has already paid for itself several times over, but it has given me access to stuff without me stressing. And it wasn't this one. I forgot their name, and I'm so sorry. I think it was Viper Island, but you know, people who put that code out for the Mindbender, that's this one. The one that I got on the second wave, it hasn't come yet because, you know, those were pushed back further, which I still would have waited, but I'm glad they gave that code and was like, hey, go in there. I had to go to the actual website. I couldn't even use my app. But Dr. Mindbender, I feel like he was like not that expensive because I didn't pay for shipping. When I say the exclusive paid for itself, that His Tank would have been like $25 to ship, if not 50. I think it was 25. I forget. But before I pulled the trigger, I did my due diligence. I contacted Hasbro on the phone. You know, they say this is being recorded. I was like, yo, let it be recorded. That's why I use my Amex Platinum, just in case people try to F me over. I've been F'd over twice, but Amex got my back. Who y'all, Amex? But I talked to her. I said, I saw the fine print where it said it qualifies, but I wanted to make sure, because if that was the case, there's a no-brainer. If you want the His Tank and you want to get that premium, that's a no-brainer. I was getting the His Tank regardless. She had said, hell yeah, you got to pay for shipping. Then I guess I just wouldn't have been a post-con exclusive premium member. So she said, no, it doesn't. And I gave it a try, and I was like, okay. Because one thing, if you get, because people just bitch, and I'm just like, I see what you're saying, but really see where the value lies. I've never once, the same people, I love Uncle Tim. Like, I fucking like he's like an uncle of mine. Like, I have family members like him, but I wish I could just talk to him. Like, look, he's older, he's got experience on me when it comes to collecting and everything. But I'm just like, logically, let's look at this. Like, our figures fell over. He's kind of missed out on some things, but he's still got the shit that he wanted, and I'm glad. But when I say, why is it worth it to me? And he lives in the States. That Pulse membership paid for itself. When I got Serpentor, it wasn't like Serpentor was not only available for PulseCon exclusive members, premium members, it was available for like an hour, I feel like, after the normal release, the original wave. So I had enough time, you know, like at first I was nervous because it was so crowded, it wasn't letting it go. But after that first go, I was like, okay, everything from now. So everything from my Marvel Legends, everything that has been released that's been like premium members first. I mean, I just kind of be like, oh shit, yeah, let me pre-order that. Okay, on my phone, and I'm done. You shouldn't have to, but here's the thing. They don't have to give you free shipping. They used to offer, to me, a year ago, premium was, no. If you pay at least $100, I remember, because I got my Scorponok, then shipping is free. But since they don't need to have to pay for shipping, they're not Amazon. Even Amazon you paying, but for Amazon you get a whole lot more shit. So you can't compare that. Scratch that. But to get free shipping, you know how many times there's been figures I wanted to get, but I'm like, damn, like, I don't want to buy this, pay $6 for shipping. Buy this one and pay $6 for shipping. Now, if I see something that just pops up or back in stock because I get a notification, I can just get that one figure and boom. And that's what it was like for one of my G.I. Joe figures. Who was it? I think it was the Crimson Guard. It was one of them. I mean, they just been coming in so fucking fast that like, all I know is like, it was like they have them. I was like, boom. Actually, it was this motherfucker. That's what happened. The one I got hanging up in the box, that came from Hasbro, but then I happened to be at Target, and then that's when I saw all these, and so I just got a second one. There you go. But I wouldn't have pulled the trigger to pay $6 shipping, man, because that would have made it too expensive. So, like, Uncle Tim, man, it's worth it. If you about to make a big purchase, it's worth it. You wouldn't have had to been waiting for that, because I feel bad because he canceled his order for the Sky Chariot and all that, because it was going to come out next year. Always, when it says next year, Zorana and all that shit is starting to hit. Them not getting that Engine Avengers, they miss out on 3 HasLab, they didn't make quota or whatever. They like, shit, release it now. So that's kind of a downside, but I budget. Shout out to Dave Ramsey. There's nothing I pre-ordered that I didn't budget for, so the money's already there. I give myself an allowance, so every pre-order that I've ever come out with, this is getting a long video, everything that's come out, I can immediately pay off right then and there. You know, so think before you pre-order. But yeah, like I said, got this. I got a whole lot of stuff, man. Like a lot of shit. I did just pick something up from Ross. I don't even fuck with Fortnite like that, but I love it when they, you know, have like, bro, the reason why this is going to be so fun, this was $29. It's like $50, still $54 at Target, but I remember always wanting this. And the reason why, who hasn't been on Fortnite? Fucking DC, Marvel. So you get like the little DC. I do not like the superpowers. I had all those, even the Joker Who Laughs. That shit was trash. I'm like, look, yes, it's people nostalgia. Because honestly, the retro turtles, they trash. Compared to Super 7, they trash. Like, but there's not a lot of turtle likes out there. There's a million different Batmans and stuff. And there's actually, if you actually look at the toys, there are superior versions than those trash ass superpowers. You know what I'm saying? So get some of those, and they're like $6 each, and they look good. They're not that shitty cape that back. Come on, man. I had them. I did a review. I'm not biased. I did not grow up playing with that shit. I didn't own those, even though that's in my era. I'm 39. That wasn't what I played with. But from an outside point of view, they're trash. Like, I'm like, no, like, maybe they're trash to me. Okay, they're trash to me. I apologize because I don't like that, just because something I don't like. And that's what I'm starting to learn. But anyway, long story short, this holds up to 10 figures. You could put like the Superman, the Wolverine. I ran out of film. I'm running my damn mouth. But you know, we're going to keep it trucking. But long story short, I like it. I wanted to add the different various figures in it, them having a party. And I think I might look up at GameStop to find like a cheaper version, like on sale. Those stupid ass Best Action Ninja Turtles. I think those are 4 to 5 inches, so they should fit. I won't get all of them, but I definitely would get Michelangelo, because even though I don't think there's been a Ninja Turtle in there, he would definitely fit. But if you like to comment, don't forget to subscribe, turn on notifications, leave a comment down below. But if you didn't, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and turn on notifications. Hoo-yah.